Tell the club up. Hey, no, they wanna chill out, cause they don't relax.
Now I'm laid back, listening to my favorite show with my man Sharp Shot, chopping it up radio. Plenty other things to do, but I'm putting them on hold. Sitting in the studio, listening to Chop It Up Radio. Things are getting kinda heated. Think we better take it to the phones. Don't know how we gon' make it. This is the show that goes where you take it.
Where you gonna take it today?
In a minute we'll be ready, cause you know it's on tonight. Ain't no way we gon' forget it. Chopping it up, chopping it up, chopping it.
What's going on, everybody? What it do, what it does. This is the show that's been creating a whole lot of buzz. So if you're just finding out or you already know, you are now tuned in to Chopping It Up Radio. I am your host, Sharp Shot, the Jack and Moon Radio, along with
Young Millie, hottest nigga with the coldest rhymes, aka that young sexy mud.
Really, still doing that.
I sure am.
So today we just decided to do a random show. You know what I'm saying? Just something a little random. We coming up. We got a special guest in with us tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Yo, it's your boy Lead. I'm just glad to be here, and I just want to see how this shit goes.
All right. Well, it's good to have you, bro. Definitely good to have you.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you enjoy the podcast and what it's all about. You get to see what it is, what it does. You know what I mean?
Cool, yeah.
What's been going on with you since yesterday?
Same old. Just another day, another dollar. Just staying alive. Exactly.
You stupid, man. Hey, look, man, we just decided to do something random. So just to let y'all know, we decided to do something random. So I know a lot of people probably come on this page tomorrow and be like, what in the world is going on? What they did a live? Yeah, we did. We decided to do something. Hopefully I like what we do. You know what I mean? Like I always say, I love doing this. So I'm gonna do this as much as I possibly can. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is what it is. For some reason, my headphones is acting up. I can't hear myself, but y'all can hear me, right?
No, we can't.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, I can't.
We can hear you. Like not like through.
Not through the microphone. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was gonna be like, could you? I didn't know if you wanted me to say that or not.
Nah, I mean it's all. I would prefer it.
My fault. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
So my mic is not working. So we may have to.
Is it on? Did you cut it on?
Yeah, it's on.
I'm talking about from because you got.
Oh, you know what? So basically, we're gonna do this over.
Yeah.
I can edit. What's going on, y'all? What it do, what it does. This is the show that's been getting a whole lot of buzz. So if you're just finding out or you already know, you are now tuning in to Chopping It Up Radio. I am Sharp Shot, Jack and Moon Radio, along with
Young Millie, hottest nigga with the coldest rhymes, aka that young sexy mud.
And also, we got a special guest in the house tonight. Go
Yep.
ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
My fault. Yo, it's your boy Lead. How everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody doing well. And I'm grateful to be here and hopefully we can chat some shit up, you know.
Hey, you know what? I screwed that up one more
You were
time.
muted halfway, so what's your name
I
again,
muted.
gang?
Yeah, hold on. I muted the whole thing, bro. Like for real, I muted the whole thing. It is what it is. I'm like, yeah. Y'all already know, man. It's Chopping Up Radio. I'm Sharp Shot, the Jack and Moon Radio. Young Millie in the building. Introduce yourself one more time. Last time.
Yo, it's your boy Lee. I'm grateful to be here and just ready to chop it up with the men.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, look, yeah, I had some technical difficulties. Sometimes, I screw up. This was a last minute type show. You know what I'm saying? Really last minute. So and just Young Millie came over here. Is like, yo, let's do a show. Let's do a show. So I'm always down to do a show. I don't know if anybody tuning in, but hey, we just gonna act like it's a million people watching us. You know what I mean? That's how we do. But yeah, hopefully we'll catch some folks on YouTube that's just kind of watching and just want to see what's going on. Maybe just tap into the live and see what's going on. So hopefully we'll grab some new folks. The regular night is Thursday night, so we normally do this on Thursday night. So y'all can always check us out on Thursday. We go live around 7:30. Lately we just been playing around. Like I said, just been doing some late shows. The Monday night show is the Me and My Dad podcast. That's me and Young Millie here. You know what I mean? So that's us. We gonna bring your brother in
Yeah, he said he gonna probably come through as well.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring my other son in next week. I don't even know how to introduce him, so I'm gonna let him do
My
it.
boy A1 Chris.
That's what he called himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna let him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? I always like to let everybody introduce themselves. So that's what it is. But yeah, basically, man, we just on here. We should be on Twitch. I really don't even know. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not sure. I gotta really watch. I gotta really figure out Twitch because Twitch is a whole nother beast to conquer. So, are y'all familiar with how to work Twitch?
Just pretty much work like YouTube. I mean, in terms of uploading, no, I have no idea. But it just works like Twitch.
I mean, I wish you gotta.
I'm downloading the app now so I can see what's going on.
Okay. And you know what? I can actually I'm gonna try something real quick. So I'm gonna try to see if I can go to the Twitch page and see if I can see what it does. I have no idea.
Millie the Fool. There it goes.
What, on Twitch?
That's my Twitch username.
Cause you are a fool. You are a fool.
Yes, sir. Dean Kane, sir. Shout out to you.
There he go. I ain't gonna lie. The night show, like I said, it was real spontaneous. So we just playing around. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out Twitch. I'm trying to go to.
Welcome back, Millie the Fool.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the one site where I can just straight go ahead on in.
Dante's live. Okay, let's see. Search.
No content available. No content available. I don't think Twitch is working. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm about to stop it because ain't no point. So I can stop the Twitch right now until I really figure out how that works. Where we at Twitch? So we can. Oh, did I start it? I don't even think I started the Twitch. I try to start it, but it keeps saying start. It won't let me do anything. Well, we'll delete it. It is what it is. I'll delete Twitch. I ain't even tripping right now. I'll work on that tomorrow.
Shout out my boy Rob.
All right, you got your folks on here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we do kind of go through. We kind of go through news and chop it up on what's going on in the world, current events thing. Possibly get to like entertainment news, all that type of stuff. So just to let y'all know how we do it, what we do. I can't say it enough. This was really spontaneous. So Young Millie really caught me off guard. And now that he caught me off guard, all these fools in here is quiet. Hey, so with the challenge, we did a challenge. And I said I was going to, trying to stop using the N word.
Oh yeah. How's that going for you?
I was good.
I done said nigga about a couple times already. I done probably called him that. I done probably called him a couple times today.
You definitely did. I've been successful though. I've been successful. I mean, like,
I say that word a lot. I'm trying to kick it, but it's a little hard.
I feel like it's because it's so ingrained in our vocabulary.
Yes, it's definitely integrated in our vocabulary, and we need to figure out how to get it out of our vocabulary because, like we said yesterday, it's just a derogatory word that it kind of holds us back. Yeah. In my opinion, I'm gonna say in my opinion, it holds us back. So we definitely got to try to stop saying that word. You know what I mean? And try to come together without using the word. And you know, I challenged him to go 24 hours.
And I failed miserably.
Yeah, that didn't work. So that did not work at all.
I feel like I could do it. I could do that if I don't get on the game.
I'm saying,
So,
bro.
hold on, so
once
you
I
don't-
jump on the K, bro, it's a wrap.
So if you get on the game, you gotta.
I'm not saying I gotta say it, but you know,
got
just
but
you know, you get mad at the game, you know, just
and especially if you online, you can hear the chat. Oh, you getting called a nigga first.
yeah.
But do you? I see. I feel like, you know, especially online, you got so many different people online of so many different races.
Let me tell you something real quick. Hold up, look. I
Go ahead.
was playing 2K the other day, right? And so we was losing, and so then this dude it was me, you know, the homie Uno. We was playing 2K,
Yeah.
and it was a random whiz because it's 3v3s when you online. And so dude started losing. Like, he was throwing the ball in, doing like, you know, making us lose on purpose because we was already down. It's games of 21, it's pickups. So we're like, we go in the chat. We like, come on, bro, you ain't have to make you hoe us over like that. When I tell you, as soon as bruh spoke, I knew he was from New York. I almost shit my pants. Bro came on the mic and said, "Yo, suck my dick, nigga." I said, "Oh my god."
I mean, New Yorkers. You know, I'm a New Yorker, but you know, born and partially raised.
Yeah.
But you can't tell now because I've been living in Maryland, D.C. area forever, like almost 35 years. So yeah, I've been here forever. So you might as well consider me. I guess a lot of people would say, "Nah, you from here, you from DMV, whatever you want to say." But you definitely could tell a New York accent, just like you could tell a down south accent as well.
Yeah.
And we in the middle, so you know they say we sound country.
Rob said when you get on the game, you got to get disrespectful. Oh God.
So, yeah, you just,
I feel you, but my thing is okay. So let me ask you this: on a game, you can tell a lot of times when you speaking to a Caucasian person.
Oh yeah.
So do they drop the M-bomb?
I mean, I've never encountered white people on the game for real, except for on Call of Duty. But like, I say 10 years ago, yeah, you would get that. Like back in the Xbox 360 days, it was
it was
terrible.
horrible.
You couldn't go.
You knew it was white folks that was throwing that out, and it was like 13-year-old kids.
You getting called that hard R.
Yeah,
bro. I ain't
hard
gonna
R on
lie.
that joint too.
It was insane. I say it's toned down. I would say, cause like now, like the new Call of Duties, whatever. You know.
But
they don't really chat like that anymore?
Does it insult you?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like,
You can't do
what
nothing
can I
about
do?
it.
Right. So
yeah,
I'm
you
not
can't do
going-
nothing about it. So my thing is, if we calling each other the N-word, especially on a game, because on a game, you know, they can't see you. They can't, you know, you can't see them. You can't, you can't reach out to touch somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they can get away with it. So if we calling each other the word, then they feel like it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like I hate, I ain't gonna lie, I hate when, you know, you go to a certain area where it is a predominantly white area and you get a group of us or even Spanish or whatever group and they just dropping the M-bomb like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like we kind of make ourselves look, a lot of people probably won't agree with me, but we doing that and we make ourselves look bad. Now, like I said yesterday, we use this as a term of endearment, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It is a negative word, and so we kind of make ourselves, in my opinion, this is my opinion. We make ourselves look bad because when we dropping a word, it's just like we ain't having a great conversation. You're not walking up to your man like, "Hey, how's it going, nigga?" You know. But then too, most of the time most of the time it's like we still greet each other like, "Yo, what's going on, my nigga? What's good? You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So and that's not, it doesn't have to be hostile. But then when we do get in a hostile situation, it's like, man, F you dumbass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we even though we use it as a term of endearment, we use it as a term to degrade ourselves as well. We got to figure out a way to get that out of there. and also come together. But I mean, it's gonna take some time because we so used to using it.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, like, nah, I'm trying my hardest to change in a positive way, and that's one thing that I need. I'm gonna stop. I'm definitely gonna stop. Trying to figure out which way to go because it's a couple of things. I guess we'll do that. Those two last. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna drop some local news real quick. And I wish I would have kind of went through this a little bit more, but yeah. So there was a 13-year-old arrested in a fatal teen shooting in Northeast DC.
Just saw
So,
that.
huh?
I just saw that too.
You saw that? Yeah. So DC police have arrested a 13-year-old male in a deadly shooting at a 15-year-old Andre Robertson Jr. of Northeast DC. This is the second arrest the Metropolitan Police Department has made so far. Now, the 15-year-old was arrested. A 15-year-old was arrested on November 4th. Both suspects have been charged with first-degree murder while armed, according to DC police. So basically, this was a shooting that happened. That shooting happened in October, and the young man was sitting on his front porch, and a couple of youngers jumped out and just shot at him on his porch and jumped back in the car and rolled out. Another life lost. Several lives lost. I'm gonna say several lives lost because that young man lost his life by getting shot. He's gone, and now you got these two teenagers who they lost their life to the system.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
yeah.
they families, at least they families can see them again, but at the same time they locked behind bars. They don't have a future. They going unless they get one of these lenient judges that say, all right, you gone until you 18, and then they get let back out in society. But honestly, I mean, it's just they're so young, they don't even know what life is all about yet.
Exactly. Like it's sad that like it's just like the more crime you hear about, the age is just getting lower,
Younger and younger.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so different from when I was young. Like it was just like when I was young, we was just outside playing and whatnot. Like it wasn't like we wasn't out here robbing people, trying to break into people's cars, whatever,
carjacking and all that
with guns and all. Like we wasn't on that type of time. Like and it's so radically different now. And I feel like an old head like talking about it, and I'm only 21. And I feel like that's crazy.
That is crazy, but I feel like within the past, I mean, it's always been going on, but I just think like in the past few years, it's really gotten a lot worse, especially with the young. Like you literally,
it was always going on, but like at one time, it was like, you knew certain fuzzy, even as young as you just knew certain fuzzy. You were like, hey, like out of a whole school of like a couple hundred kids, it was maybe like out of a couple hundred kids, about like 40, 50 of them, you was like, hey, they probably got that shit on them. They probably they wild. They like that.
They in that life.
Like that.
They
now
they
it's like you don't know who got that shit on.
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
Now it's like you go into a school and you be like, bro, it could be a nigga I never thought. Damn, I just said it. It could be one I never would thought would be like that. He gonna pull that shit out. You never know.
But then the bullying too. Like now, the bullying, you gotta watch who you bully, because like you said, that one that you don't think is gonna do anything, he be the one to carry the strap.
And that's why they go get one. They get fed up.
Yeah. And then with the school shootings, with the mass shootings, you got a lot of these kids that's I'm trying to figure out the correct way to say it. Like with the mass shootings, you got a lot of these kids who they just have a intended agenda. You know what I mean? Like they got an agenda. They want to shoot and kill up everybody they can. But when it comes to, I'm gonna say, our community, if you hear about a school shooting within our community, it's really just, we going after one who we want to get. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We going after that one person that we want to get. We ain't trying to shoot up the whole school. We just want to shoot up that one dude that's been bullying us, that's been messing with us for however long, and that's how that go.
But the way that a lot of them, I'm not trying to.
No, it is what it is. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to. What's the word I'm looking for? Like justify. That's what I'm not trying to justify the acts of anything like that at all. But Rob been talking like shit in here. And I ain't not been looking at chat. Rob.
Go ahead,
And
Rob.
Dom tapped in again.
Damo always. Oh man, that's my man. Go ahead and read the comments. Well, now
So
finish your statement
all
and
right.
then
So
read
what
the
I was gonna
comments.
say was not trying you know what I'm saying, show justify the action or anything, but just to go back on what you said in terms of you saying, like, you know what I'm saying, we just went and got who we was, you know, needing to get. A lot of times now, I feel like these people that get bullied so much by everybody, they, like I said, it's the act of taking another life in general is just wrong. Like, I'm not like trying to justify that at all.
No, of
But
course.
the sometimes I feel like the reason they go lash out the way they do is because it's like, yeah, this group here bullied me, but all y'all laughed, all y'all
No one,
recorded,
yeah, no
all
one was
y'all
there
like watched.
to help me.
Okay, it makes sense. I'm gonna send a message.
Exactly.
Sort of like I'm gonna send a message. Go ahead, read through the game. Man, damn, the comments job blowing up, yeah.
Yeah. So Rob said, "Facts. We gotta stop tearing each other down. Get a little more endearing as black men. Accept that it is okay to be that way towards each other."
I think
Damn, I
something
wish I
about,
was reading this when we was like, yeah,
some of the N word
Yeah.
part.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we
Um,
catching up. Hey, real quick though, hold up, real quick though. If you do, so this is a very interactive show. For those of y'all that are watching, so if you do want to join in, you know, if we're not reading the comments fast enough, you want to holler at us, you can always holler at us. Number right there, 202-240-7453. So,
I said, give us a call.
yeah, give us a holler, man. You can always call in and interact with us. This is a very interactive show. So, and we look forward to, you know, hearing your personal opinion. So if you ain't shy, if y'all don't Call of Duty and all the game systems and all that, talking to everybody, y'all could come talk to us. Y'all could chop it up with us. So give us a holler, man. You know what I'm saying? Give us a call. We would love to hear from you. Give us a call. So yeah, like I said, 202-240-7453. All right, one more time. So that's there. Yeah. All right. So y'all see the calling number. Jot that down, write it down, whatever. You want to holler at us, y'all can holler at us. We would look forward to it. Go ahead, finish reading the rest of the comments. My bad.
No, you got. And so then Dom said, so he was talking about in terms of what you said about the 13-year-old that took the life, and you know how they're gonna be incarcerated now.
Yeah.
Dom said, if you take a life, you don't deserve a future in jail or not.
I mean, yeah, that's true. If you take a life, you need to pay the consequences. But let me say this though. Do you think that these kids can be rehabilitated? Because I mean, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, like you said, but he was 13. Like, that's crazy. Like a 13-year-old
13, he didn't
kid.
know what. I mean, I'm not gonna say
He didn't know what he
he
was
ain't know what he
doing.
was doing. I can't say that because you know, at 13, that's when you
Yeah, I feel like at 13, you kind of I feel like you should have enough common sense at 13.
It's
At
really
13 you
the
do.
media though. It's the media.
Yes,
it's
yeah.
the media, it's
It's
the
everywhere,
music,
and it's
all-
like, and then it's like once it actually happens, like yeah, you see lives get taken all the time online, but once you like, I feel like once you actually like, you know what I'm saying, like once he actually committed the act, life probably got mad real out of nowhere. Like he was like, oh, I really just did this.
Yeah, but a lot of the young kids nowadays, in my opinion, well, I would love to ask one, but you know, they just are now heartless. Okay. Damo, hold up, Damo. Give me 1 second, Damo. Damo,
All right.
what it do, brother?
Chilling. What's going on?
Chilling, man. My main man. This is my man Dominic Clark. What's good?
Man, I'm chilling. What's going on? What's the topic? I think I'm lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah, we still on the same topic of the 13-year-old. So I was, you know, it is a little delay, but I was saying we was kind of going into how at 13, you know right from wrong, and I was saying that at 13, a lot of these kids, they nowadays I think they kind of heartless. Now going off what you said, if you take a life, you don't deserve to have a life. But do you, I think I'm like caught up in the middle because it's like, okay, if you take a life at such a young age, you really ain't lived. So it's like, can they be rehabilitated?
So they may be able to be rehabilitated, but so I take it as this. So my father raised me a different way. He kind of brought me into certain shit and showed me things that I shouldn't have saw.
Mm-hmm.
but he did it for a reason. Like when Belly came out, I think I was like 7.
Wow.
And he had me go see that.
I was too.
So he had me see certain stuff like that so I can see how people move, how they think. And that didn't turn me into no serial killer. It didn't turn me into no crazy person. I was listening to crazy rap, crazy Eminem, this, that, and the third. But he showed me that to say, okay, this is the wild side of it. This is the logical side. You choose what you become. Like people, a lot of people say, oh, music makes people, their brains, do this, that, they think that. No, it's not. That's a lie. Like music doesn't affect your mind. Your mind is already made up by the time you 6 or 7.
I'm
It is
a
what it is.
I'm gonna go with you on that one. Let me take that back. When I went to see Belly, actually, I'm sorry, I was telling my age. I was 20. I was like 9.
You was 20?
I was working at Blockbuster, so I was like 7. I was 17 working at Blockbuster. Yeah, I was 17, between 17 and 18, around that age when Belly came out. Because I remember when I went to see it. And I actually remember, what movie did I went to see that and all that. Like, yeah, so I was 18, because I was 18 when Belly came out. But I'm gonna go back to my childhood, to where it's like you said, the music and all that. Hold on. So I'm gonna go back to you said his phone offline.
Yeah.
So you can't hear him at all.
He won't be able to. He can't call the actual numbers. Is what he said. Service wise.
Oh, okay. Nah. My bad. It's my bad, Dom. So we was trying to figure out something else. But
You good?
so when I was coming up, I was listening to NWA. Right, that's when NWA first came out. I'm of that era, and that's when I was like about 8, 9. I think I bought my first NWA tape from Record World in Landover Mall. I'm really telling my age. And my family didn't want me to listen to it because it was too much cussing and I was rebelling, but I still listened to it. And then from then on, I was listening to all the gangster rap and all the shooting, killing rap and all that stuff. One of my favorite movies as a teenager was Juice.
Love Juice.
Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Was one of my movies. Juice. And then I remember, the funny thing is, I I went to go see Minister Society.
I was just about the holy
that's
trifecta. I was
Yes,
waiting for it.
I went to go see Minister Society. I was about 14, between 14 and 15. Look up when Minister Society came out, and I'll tell you. But I was like 14 or 15. I remember because me and my cousin went to see Minister Society in a stolen Mazda 626. I'll never forget. Certain things that I don't forget. Now, I wasn't stealing cars, but yeah, we was riding. I was riding them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna throw nobody
Funny
in.
thing is, it came out the same year, 1993, I think.
So I was 13 there. If it came out in 93, I was 13. That came out the same year as what? Is Juice?
As dang, what was I just talking
Belly?
about? Belly, yep.
Nah, Belly came out way after that.
Nah.
Belly came out at Minister Society.
Belly came out 98.
Belly came out 98. Yeah, because I know
98. Okay,
I know for a
okay.
fact I was 18 because I was working at Blockbuster. I'll never forget the day I went to see Belly. I was working at Blockbuster when I went to see Belly, and I was 18 years old, so I knew that. And then, like I said, Minister Society came out several years before that because Menace came out around the same time Juice did, if I'm not mistaken. When did Juice come out?
On it.
He did, yeah. Mike Millie doing the research, but yeah. So, and
92.
92. So it came out a year before Menace. All right. So Juice was first, and then Menace came out right after. But to get to the
I
point,
guess I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my parents. Like, yo, why did I see Menace to Society at 4? So I'm gonna have to have that conversation later on. But go ahead.
you saw Menace to Society at what? At 4?
At 4, because that's when it came out.
Okay, you seen it right when it came out there. Okay, Katie. Yeah.
I said I ain't got your money, Jack.
You ain't got the money yet. You best be coming up my cash or else. Tat, what you think? Who you think you is? Ron O'Neal or something? Tat, what the fuck, man?
You owe me some money, motherfucker.
Nah, man, here you go. Sorry, we going into something else. You know, we just having some fun. But I say that to say, you know, I watched all that, and I didn't. It didn't have me wanting to be a gangster. Now, dress wise, it probably had me wanting to dress a certain way, but it didn't have me wanting to go out here and shoot and kill nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a difference. Now they got like, Futures, they got the Amigos, they got, it's a whole lot of stuff going on where back then we didn't really have the same type of, influence kind of going through the radio. So it's a little different for them.
I beg to differ because, okay, so the radio didn't play a lot of that, but we did have, like I said, we had the gangster rap. We had when Menace came out, you had MC8. Wake your
MC8.
MC8. You had the, I'm a straight up menace. The what I'm saying, I'm pulling the jacks.
That we had, all the songs that we had, did we ever have a what the fuck is that? 21 Savage, Lil Durk,
Talking about Nardo.
Whoever else was on the song. Yeah. Nardo. Did we ever have any type of song like that? Yeah, that. Did we ever have that?
No, but we had I wanna get high, so high. Remember the Cypress Hill joint?
Yeah, it was
that
high.
came out in '93. Cause I was in high school, first year in high school when that came out. I mean, no, the music was totally different, but at the same time, the message in the music nowadays, it is totally different, but at the same time, it still was shooting and killing and smacking chicks up and all that in our music back then too. Like I said, that was that era when gangster rap came out, and gangster rap was all about, it was gang banging, shooting your ops. But they didn't call it ops back then. It was shooting, but it was all still shooting the rival gang members and doing this and doing that, and at least. But we had a level playing field because you still had a lot of conscious rap that was getting played as well. You know what I mean? Like, so it balanced it out. You had a lot of conscious rap that was getting played as well. You had the self-destruction, KRS-One spitting his his lyrics and all that, like. So Boogie Down Productions, then around that time you had Nas was more educational, but Mobb Deep really wasn't. Mobb Deep was talking.
Yeah,
they was
Mobb
more.
Deep caused a lot of problems.
They was lyrical, but then they also was more so, talking about robbing, shooting, getting caught with the guns and all that, and so the messages was still somewhat the same. It wasn't as bad as it is now, but it still was somewhat the same. Then you had Pac. Pac came out around that time as well. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're right. Yeah.
And
Look,
Pac was conscious. Pac was conscious, but yet Pac was a gangster. Come on, hit him up.
He wasn't a gangster. He was just caught up in that lifestyle.
He lived the lifestyle, and he rapped about living the lifestyle. All his raps wasn't, all his raps wasn't Dear Mama and what's the song? The Black and the Berry, the Sweeter, Keep Your Head Up. All his songs wasn't like that. He had some gangster joints too. When then Dre and Snoop and all them came out, it was all gangster shit. So we still listen.
You just said something about Dre because Rob also said, what about how music in the Dre, Tupac, and NWA era is interpreted?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how was it interpreted? It was interpreted a certain way. It was what it was. Because when Menace came out, it was all about pulling licks. Well, not pulling licks, but all right, they robbed. What happened? They shot up Kane and robbed his cousin.
Yeah, and then
they retaliated.
They stole the whip. Kane got his 5-0.
Kane got his 5-0. Got the stolen rims.
Stole the Dayton's off.
You know what I'm
bruh.
saying?
And got
it
a
was
cheeseburger out that job.
and Old Dog was a straight killer.
Old Dog was straight
Nah,
young.
for
Wow.
real.
Old Dog was a straight
But
killer.
You know,
Bro, I did not care.
the messed up part about that, the reason why they evolving now, all them movies, all that stuff that you seen that they did, it was based off a code. Kane, whoever, Doughboy, all of them, they all had a code. And now they saying like, okay, Eazy-E had a code, and
Yeah.
Suge Knight did that to him. So I ain't gonna have no code. It's gonna be
It ain't no code.
You gone.
Yeah, it ain't no code. It ain't no code no more.
Nah,
Oh yeah, we say that all the time.
Yep.
They niggas shooting up whenever. They don't care no more.
Yeah, it definitely ain't no code no more.
Yep.
I
Women,
totally agree.
Children, whoever, they don't care no more. It's terrible.
Yeah, I totally
Everybody's
agree.
Old Dog for real.
You
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
walking down the street and just get caught up in some crossfire.
Yeah. Or
Yep.
you just walking down the street, somebody like I'm just going to rob you and do whatever. You know, but the robbing been going on forever. But yeah, I mean,
And I
the-
know folks like that too. That's sad to say, but
yeah, and like I said, the code is like I always say that. I say that every show. The code is totally different because there is no code no more. Back in the day, it wasn't too much of old ladies and if you robbed an old lady or shot at some kids or whatever, you was a real screwed up individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing
Rob
at all.
said, "How do we reestablish the code?"
That's a good question.
That's a real.
What do you
good
What do you
question.
think, Don? How do we reestablish that code?
So to reestablish the code, it's going to be a lot of dudes. Well, let me rephrase this to where you don't get cancer. It's a lot of male figures who need to stop being beta and tell the youth, like, yo, put them in check. This is what you got to do. You're doing it this way, and it ain't going to work out. And if they buck it back at you, you need to be ready to be like, look, nah, we doing it this way. Like, show them some type of leadership because a lot of the people that's doing this shit never had a male figure in their life.
In their lives.
Kind of lead them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to show them a different light, a different way. But the problem is, us as OGs, like, okay, so say I try to go into a neighborhood and do some type of program uplift, or even just pull up and talk to the youngest. They ain't gonna wear that. Man, who's you? And then they gonna shoot me. I wanna,
No, so
I
if you
wanna,
do it a
I gotta,
certain
I gotta get a way to have them come to me, honestly. But then again, too, we may have to go into the hoods and just do something like that. Like maybe we could do something to where, because this whole platform was originated to be a roundtable discussion to bring the community and the youth together. So maybe we do need to start having town hall, figure out a way to have town hall meetings in the middle of the hoods and see if we can get something resolved. That's something that I'm willing to do.
No. You're doing it the way that's going to get you shot. So this
Okay.
is what I want you to do. Anybody that you know and that you care about, I want you to reiterate this too. I'm going to do the same to my people. Everybody on the show going to do the same to their people. We're going to do this within our circle because when you do it outside the circle, that's when people get shot.
Okay, so we do it within our circle,
Work
but
on
then
your own people.
within our circle, we got to see who they got in their circle and try to grab more people outside. You got to make your circle bigger.
That's
Like
on
I was
them.
watching.
on them.
No, we can't have that mentality because then nothing's gonna get done. So I was watching something earlier today, just doing some research, and the person said you got to think big. So it's like, all right, I want this week. So I'm gonna say this week, let's try to get like 10 subscribers, and then next week I want 100 subscribers, and then the following week I want 1,000 subscribers. We gotta reach out there, try to reach and go big. If we keep this thing within our circle, it ain't gonna go nowhere. But within our circle, now our circle is already filled with a bunch of knowledgeable people. You know what I'm saying? Like these two right here, they are of a younger generation, 21, 22. So they are almost in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of 21, 22-year-olds that's doing the same thing as these 13, 14, 15-year-olds. But see, those are the ones that can talk to the 13, 14, 15-year-olds because they little brothers and little kids in the neighborhood.
Facts.
But we gotta reach out. We gotta figure out a way to reach out, but we gotta figure out a way to reach out to attract them.
Now, some Rob said.
If you can do that, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Don.
Oh no, that's cool, but So for me, I'm going to do what I can for the community, but I'm also going to be selfish because I have a child of my own. So to be honest,
Yeah,
I want to help everybody, but at the end of the
but
day, if I got to choose, fuck everybody else.
yeah,
I'm
cause you
gonna take
got
care
you
of my
got your
daughter.
daughter to live
So
for. Yeah,
That's
you
real.
got your daughter to live
yeah,
for. Just like I got him, his brother, and my daughter to live for. That is true. But at the same time, we just got to figure out a way to bring it to them to attract them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be a way to bring it to them
yeah.
to attract them. And we gonna work on. I swear, we gonna work on that. When we get with Buddha, we gonna work on that. We definitely gonna work on that. But hey, Dom, I appreciate you calling in, bro.
All right, y'all. I'll catch you later.
All right, bro. I'ma holler.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, two things on.
See
what I
y'all
heard.
see how interactive this is. Hey, real quick, we're gonna take a quick intermission. Pull up your music, bro. Pull it up on here. Hold on. Can you pull it up on? Send me a link or something.
These magic fingers can do anything.
Oh Lord, send me a link. Send me a link.
I got
Something.
you.
Send me a
I
link.
don't like what he's implying.
I don't either. I mean, you should not be implying that in a room full of dudes. Like,
See, that's not what I was implying. Y'all
okay,
just
thank
wicked.
God. We don't need to know about the magic fingers.
Y'all are just a wicked fool.
No, you just a weirdo. The young Millie is a straight weirdo. But hey, look, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Damo, appreciate you calling that, man. That's number one support. One of my number one supporters, man. I love you to death, bro. For real, for real. That's the call-in number 202-240-7453. Tap in. Make sure y'all tap in. Hopefully, young Millie give me something good that we can go off of. Let's see what it is. Let me see. Okay, so I got that link right there.
A little freestyle
link.
I did a while ago.
All right. Hold on. So
That's not
we're
me.
gonna let that. No, that's the. Yeah.
Frank, am I?
That was an ad. That was an ad.
My video got ads on it. Oh, I should be getting
Young
buttery.
Millie.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, Glock with a beam. 4, 5, 6, yeah, Millie never miss. Okay, 8, 9, 10, nigga never speak again. Spin the bed, killer's man, not a reaper reaching in. And I'm cleansing all these tortured souls. Nigga, what you know? Bitch, I go smoke, make 'em go, yeah. Be in this feel like he from DMV while he run from his heat while I murder these beats like your bitch and that shit. She gon' play with my knee, she a freak little bitch, and you know I had beat. You know I had beat, yeah. You know I had beat, yeah. Pussy too sweet, yeah. Pussy too sweet. 1, 2, 3, Glock with a beam. 4, 5, 6, yeah. Millie never miss. Okay, 8, 9, 10, nigga never speak again. Spin the bend, killer's man, not a reaper reaching in, bitch. Not a, yeah, what? Yeah, bitch,
All right, that was young Millie, y'all. That was young Millie. Hold up. The last song was I think that was was the last song that started to come on.
I'm not sure.
That was, I'm not sure who that was. Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't trying to play nobody that we ain't supposed to.
Nah, I had one thing I want to touch base on before we moved on.
Go ahead.
So Rob asked two questions, and one question he said went back to one of his other questions. So he said, how would you lead a youngin' whose parents is there and they being led the wrong way? He said, I'm a teacher in Philly right now, and I see it all the time. And then before that, he said, this is when we was talking about, the crime, and you've seen it with younger and younger children. He said, it gets worse as we get older, not impacting the youth the way we should be.
Now,
in terms of our generation.
yeah, because we don't take the time. A lot. It's you got a lot of so you got to think of the generation. So when you in the streets, you got a lot of so okay. So say you two would impact 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 year olds, right?
Right.
But you two are 21, 22. Y'all in the streets. Y'all doing the same shit that they starting to do. Not saying you two personally. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of hard for that impact to happen. Now, us as far as your elders, we need to grab you guys at 21, 22 and say, y'all, look, this ain't the way to go. This is what's going to happen. And hopefully we can get to y'all. And then you guys will be the ones to bring it to the ones coming up. Because all it is it's going to be that cycle. So when those 13, 14, 15-year-olds is shooting each other, killing each other, and just this straight savage out here, as they grow up, become 21, 22, 21, 22, they still going to be doing the same thing.
I feel like
until something happens that's
Yeah.
life-changing. You know what I mean? Something has to happen life-changing in order for a lot of people to change.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of just us not impacting the youth the way we should, the way everything is today is hard because it's like I remember like Lee said, I remember when I was like, I'm only 20, but I remember when I was like, like 9, 10 years old. It was like, the older kids in the neighborhood, they, what's good, little bro? What's up with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? I used to play football with them. You know what I'm saying? They was, and they'd be like, bro, they was.
They didn't even try to teach you anything.
Yeah, no, like nothing wrong. No, I'm about to say no, but no. I was about to say it's like they was positive though. Like even you knew they smoked, they did whatever, but they ain't want to see no youngin doing nothing like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like today, be the way everything be, and then the way you don't know how people's parents react. It's kind of hard to want to, like, you know what I'm saying, be like them older kids you remember when you was younger. Because now it's like if you even, some people, you never know who, but like and people are weird, so I understand it. But like you will approach someone's kid, you know what I'm saying, or you playing, you 6, 17, 18, 19, 20, throwing the football with a 10-year-old, they parent like, why you with my kid? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just never know how folks are going to respond nowadays.
That is true
It's
because I mean you got
radically
so many people out here that got ulterior motives.
Yeah.
So it kind of it overshadows the ones that got good intentions.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't just walk up to like a kid in the park and be like, hey, you trying to toss this frisbee? Like it's kind of frowned upon.
Yeah.
You can't just.
They're going to be like, what?
And it looks weird. Like, I mean, honestly, if me and you were to see some older dude walking up to a kid like, hey, y'all trying to throw the football, you're like, hold up, what? You know what I'm saying? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So we got to try to, I guess.
I wouldn't say we gotta try to lessen it because then that would just make it easier for the weird ones. But you just gotta kind of, I don't know, it's hard, but we gotta try to just, I don't know. It's a really hard.
It's a thin line.
Place, yeah. Like it's a really thin line.
It's a really thin line. So we gotta incorporate some like I said with us, with ChoppinItUp Radio. We're going to be doing a lot of public things coming up soon. I got a lot of plans for this show to do a lot of public things coming up soon. And we are going to figure out some ways to maybe get with some other organizations to do different things for a lot of the kids. One thing that I say DC was trying to do, I don't know if they still doing it now, but the community centers and the rec centers, it seemed like they were trying to build some more libraries and things of that nature. But I mean, who goes to a library now? That's the sad
You
part.
got because you just have everything's in the palm of your hand.
Everything exactly. But we gotta figure out a way to get the kids back to the libraries and get them into the youth, the rec centers. And
Now,
all
me
that.
personally, I could never read a book off my phone. That shit hurts my ass.
I'd rather have a paperback.
Yeah,
honestly,
myself.
Facts. Like if I gotta read like a full on book, like I remember teachers would be like, you can find your textbook digitally. I'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
If it's a textbook, I actually need to be like, I'm gonna have to be reading pages of it. I'm not reading that off of a phone or a computer. I need
But
an
that's the
actual
way
book.
that's the way it's going now, and that's technology is helping with it as well. But that's the way it's going now. Like you said, everything is in the palm of your hands, and then everybody is so focused on views and likes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rob said, so do we install leadership among the young guys and guide how that results, or continue leading for them and hope they watch?
Both. Now, I want to touch upon
Then he
something
said
that,
paperbacks for the win. Yeah.
yeah, I want to touch upon something that I think Rob said. That's the one that said he's a teacher in Philly.
Yeah.
So I asked you this. You said he can't call in.
Nah.
Okay. So I asked you
He
this,
wanted to.
or I'm gonna give my advice on. Number one, I'm gonna say I commend you for being a teacher. Number one, because that's a hard job.
Nah, for
So
real.
I definitely commend you for that. Number two, I would say for you, if you know that the parents are not guide this particular child in the right direction, you may have to pull them to the side and be like, look, you messing up your life. This is what it is. Show them the hard facts of what it is, what it could be, and the road leads to jail. If you could possibly find some documentaries, maybe you got to do some Scared Straight. I don't know what you teach. What do you teach? And I'm quite sure I'll get that answer in a little bit because of the delay. But depending on what you teach, if you have the ability to show kids different things, to just let them know the realities of or the consequences. So like, I think did I ever show you Scared Straight? I think I showed your
The
sister.
show?
Yeah, I think
I watched the show on my own.
yeah, I showed your sister Scared Straight, and to try to scare her and not doing nothing stupid, not doing nothing wrong. I think I'm actually made her watch a show called First 30 Days In, or First
60
24 hours in.
60 days in.
Nah, it wasn't 60 days, and it was like a show like the first night in jail or something like that. You know what I'm saying? What you got to go through. But you got that, and then you got to there's so many different documentaries, empowering documentaries on YouTube that you can literally, try to educate. You're an educator. Try to educate a lot of these inner city youths on who they are, where they came from, and their history. Because honestly, I think that a lot of these kids need to see the things that was going on back in the day. Like I'm talking about 50s, 60s, 70s. Because we really doing the same thing that the KKK and all the racist folks was doing to us.
Man, you want to know what? I saw a video of a Klans member that he was speaking.
I think I know what video you talking about.
You probably do. And he was talking about just how times are today. And they said, they was like, I think they asked him, like, how y'all so comfortable being so low key now? How do you suppress, how you feel? And he said, he said, we don't got to go out here and lynch them and do what we used to do. He said, all we got to do, keep putting up liquor stores and gun stores. They're going to do it themselves.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I said that on a previous show last week or the week before. Like, I was talking about the Till movie, and it's like we basically doing what they was doing to ourselves. We lynching ourselves. We killing ourselves over territory and blocks that we don't even own.
Exactly.
The beefs is just dumb.
Rob said he's primarily teaching special ed, but he coaches basketball and deal with all the kids in school, as many as he can impact when he sees them doing the wrong things. It's a school from pre-K to 8th grade.
So honestly, Rob, you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. Rob is literally doing everything. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. So by you coaching, I'm quite sure you have pep talks with your teams and your students. You are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. There's nothing else that someone can really ask of you. Now, if you want to do more, then yeah, again, I'm gonna salute you for that. Do more. How to do more? That's some things that we may need to talk on personally, one-on-one. Maybe you could give me some ideas. I could give you some. We could all give each other some ideas. But yeah, that's some things that we need to talk about one-on-one and try to shoot some ideas to figure it out. There's so many ways to make money nowadays. You know what I mean? That we could start teaching these kids how to make money and create their own businesses. Bruh, remember I used to tell you all the time. I think I did, to correct me if I'm wrong. You can make so much. I told your sister this too. You can make so much money on your own. All you gotta do is you can literally start a t-shirt business with a couple $100.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I've done it before. When I was 20, I got a heat press machine. I've been in the t-shirt game for a minute. I got a heat press machine. I was doing basic stuff. I print out cartoon characters, press them on the shirt with the heat press machine, and then go over with fabric paint and sell them to people. And I was getting dough.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? When I was in school, you know, I didn't have to get into the dope game because I had so many positive people around me. Now I had a lot. I was in the hood. I was in the hood where everybody was hustling. A lot of my friends that I grew up with now, you know, they when we got out of school, they was hustling heavy. I just never went that route as far as the legal life. So I saying weed wise, yeah, I did a little bit of that, but as far as like the hard anything else, nah. I was hustling go-go tapes, and I was getting all profit because I would literally take my tape and put it in the PA board and make just copy. It was all profit, so that's how I was hustling. And then after I got out of high school, I started doing T-shirts, and then I started doing DVDs. Like it's always ways that you can legitimately make money. And now that we have the internet, it's so many ways. All you got to do is just watch YouTube. Literally, you can watch YouTube and become a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Now you did tell me that. I remember one thing you always told me. You said there's nothing in this world you can't do when you have YouTube in your pocket.
Yeah.
Everything's on YouTube. You can literally look up how to do something on YouTube. It'll be there. Like it'll be 50, 100 videos on how to do one thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Excuse, honestly.
I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people ain't even going to Google no more. They going to TikTok.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
You can literally. I got a guy right now that I follow on TikTok because I'm about to. I mean, I've been in the game for a while, but the game has changed. So I got a guy on TikTok now that I follow that's does T-shirts, and he give you different ideas and hacks on T-shirts, how to make money off T-shirts. So I'm about to start watching his videos. Now that I got the podcast thing, I feel like I got the podcast thing on lock as far as, the production side. That's what I was focusing on for a long time, is getting the production right. Once I finish up everything with the production, then I'm moving on to the merchandise.
Tough. Rob said, got you. I got the number. We definitely going to talk. He said, I just hate seeing the younger guys, same age as my brothers, acting older than they are and getting in situations they can't function in.
Exact. That's true.
Yeah.
I hate it too. But I ain't gonna lie to you now. I'm in the suburbs, so I very rarely see
I'm
it.
suburban Kodak now.
Yeah, I'm in the suburb. Nah, you in the hood.
I am.
But I'm in the suburbs now. So when I said, we remember we was talking earlier, I said when crime starts coming in heavy in my neighborhood, that's when it's time to move.
Yeah.
That's when it's time to make a huge change. Because I'm not saying that I'm, I live in this a rich gated community, but I live on a nice quiet street. Now the 4th of July, I'm gonna tell you, the 4th of July, it was lit out.
That joint was teed.
It was lit. And we had a couple of neighbors. Now, see, I'm glad we kind of talking about this, so you can kind of go about what happened. So 4th of July come, it's lit out here. I mean, it's so many people out here, and they all young. In between, would you say, between the ages of like, say, 16 to about 25, 26? Yeah. Around that, right? So, I mean, and we had a couple of the older neighbors who was pissed. They was upset. And they kept coming to me. Like, they kept coming to, am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Nah, yeah, facts.
They kept coming to me like, we need to stop this and da-da-da. So and it was kind of one lady, she was like, yeah, we got all these new people coming in the neighborhood now. We're going to have new people coming in the neighborhood trying to break into our cars and all this and all that. And we ain't never had this before. Da-da-da. I'm like, look, they kids, let them have their fun. You know what I'm saying? We out here. We making sure that everything is straight. I was literally, we cleaning up all the fireworks. I'm telling everybody, look, y'all need to chill out, calm down. So they won't call the police. We want to have fun and do this and do that. And everything went without a hitch. Yeah. Nothing happened. It wasn't nothing happened. And thank God nothing happened afterwards. Ain't nobody came in the neighborhood and been, doing too much, breaking into cars and all that stuff. I mean, shit, before the 4th of July, we had somebody coming through the neighborhood checking doors because my truck got hit. But that's Indian everywhere.
Yeah, I had that happen to me when I was living in Bonniewood.
Yeah, that's Indian everywhere though, and I mean it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen, but it was an isolated incident. Let me say that it was an isolated incident. It wasn't something that happens on a regular basis. So I feel like I took my role as the elder and was like, and I had everything under. Would you say I had everything under control?
Yeah.
Because everybody literally kept coming to me.
It's just like, but then I don't know. Sometimes sometimes once folks feel like they getting told what to do, they want to rebel. And
Yeah.
that it kind of started happening, but I would definitely say like you was the peacekeeper between the both because like you said, you're of the older generation, but you'll actually talk to the youngest rather than just going and calling the police.
Yeah.
Because like you said, yeah, there was someone that she was like, I'm gonna call the police. It's getting late. Da, da, da. But like you said, I mean, yeah, but like I said, they just let folks have their fun. Like they wasn't doing too much.
Nah, I mean some of them was.
Some of them was.
The
yeah.
girls was twerking on their cars.
Shorty
and all
almost
that.
fell out the car.
Yeah,
One joint
it was
almost
wild.
flew out the window.
It was wild. It was wild. But I didn't come at them telling them what to do. I just was like, hey, look, these folk, we don't want these folks to call the police on us. We need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? I put it in a we standpoint. Like, I'm out here with y'all. Because I was out there with them. I was literally, like, I was throwing
Couple
them
feet away from
dynamite.
this guy.
I was out there
Dynamite
with him.
McGee.
I was throwing dynamite out that junk, and the lady came up to me talking about, yeah, you broke my window, and her daughter busted her out. Like, Mommy, you ain't break
She
the
said, it
window.
wasn't even a window. I was like, all
Yeah,
right.
and a picture fell off the wall. But I was out there too, and the funny thing was, I kept everybody calm, everybody on both sides. So police did come, but they came, they rolled through, and then rolled back out, and everybody
I
chilled.
had to dip after he lit the dynamite. My girl was not having it. She said, I'm ready to go. I said, damn. That joint was goosh. Really, I felt that joint in your chest, whole ground vibrated.
Yeah.
I said, damn.
Yeah, we had fun, and it's gonna happen again next year.
Boys had the boomsticks on them.
Yeah, they was giving them to me. Here, because they had these little cones that you put them in.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh,
Bro
I
just,
almost
bro, just
hit
standing
somebody.
there like it was a J. Because, bro, never cuz was walking into the street and this man just, all you heard was, oh, shit. This nigga's all ran.
I was like,
They
yo.
said, Holmes just lit it and threw the joint.
I was savage. But see, and then but I wasn't doing nothing totally wrong. I wasn't 100% right, but I wasn't doing nothing totally wrong. But by me doing that, they saw me as being a part of the fun, a part of them, so they could relate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They could relate. And I don't think I look 43. I think I can get away with being 30.
I guess.
Maybe, possibly. But, they still know I'm older. But yeah, we had fun. And I think I took the right steps. And that's what we got to do. We got to start having some block parties and, in the neighborhood and grabbing the kids in the neighborhood and teaching them something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out. Chopping It Up Radio is definitely going to have some type of youth program that I'm going to be working on. I mean, maybe I can, I want to do podcast production. I still got a lot more to learn, but I think I can, keep up. I want to definitely do podcast production. So yeah, I'm recording. Okay. So yeah, it dropped for a second, but it got reconnected. But yeah, I definitely want to do some production, and I want to teach other kids about podcast production. So from the basics to all the way up to now, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I definitely want to work on. Your man Rob, he need to definitely holler at me because that's something that we can incorporate. He's in Philly, you said?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay. Well, hopefully, when you do, if you decide to come back, or we'll figure something out. We'll figure definitely because the internet is something that it can't be stopped.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, we about to end this because this was a great show, I think. But I do want to touch up on some things that's actually going on. I don't know if my internet. I gotta do some things with my internet, but because it keeps saying we dropping connection and we getting the connection back. I don't know how that's affecting the feed, but hopefully it's not affecting it too bad.
We're still all peaches and cream on my phone, guys.
All right, cool. So then
Looking
maybe
crispity crunchy.
maybe I'm tripping. All right, so today was election day. Hopefully you went out there and voted. But okay, we had so the governor of Maryland. That was one of the elected officials races or whatever you want to call it. So yeah.
Oh, Rob said he's coming back this weekend, hopefully for Black Panther.
Okay, cool.
Whoa.
Cool.
Why was I not informed, brother?
That's what's up.
I say I'm off Friday, Saturday, brother. Hit
So
the
then,
chat.
yeah, we need to hook up.
Yeah.
We need to hook up, definitely. So yeah, the gubernatorial race for the governor of Maryland was one of the I'm trying to figure out the word, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. I got a brain fart. And Maryland now has a black governor. So Wes Moore elected as Maryland's first
been
black
seeing that
governor. Yeah, the first black governor. So
Congrats.
Democrat Wes Moore has won the race for Maryland governor seat and will become the first black man to hold that title in the state's history. Wow.
Alrighty.
That's
Love
what's
to
up.
see it. Love to see it.
So yes, definitely. That man made history, definitely. So congratulations to you, brother. I'm glad that you are the first black man, governor of the state of Maryland. Now, this is one thing I will say. After, he got some big shoes to fill because even though the current governor was a Caucasian Republican, he did a lot for the state, in my opinion. The governor, and I had his name. Sometimes I get these brain farts. The governor
Larry Hogan.
Larry
Hogan.
Yeah, I was about to say Larry
Thank
Hogan.
you. I got a
I was
brain
about to
fart.
say
Hogan.
that.
Hogan, I thought was a pretty good governor. I ain't gonna hold you. 'Cause Hogan did a lot of great things for the state, in my opinion. He did a lot. So I can't pinpoint anything specifically right now, but throughout time as I was, living here and watching different things that Hogan did, he did. Now,
Yeah, I have seen his name in the media a lot, and when I did see it, I was like, okay.
you didn't see a lot of negative stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point. You did not see a lot of negative stuff with Hogan. Hogan did not stay in the media for negativity. You didn't see a lot of people that was upset on some of a lot of the decisions that he made. So I gotta say he did the state right. Now we got Mr. Moore. We're gonna see what Mr. Moore gonna do. What is he gonna do for the state of Maryland? Now, one thing I'm gonna say is I hope that he can kind of try to clean up Baltimore a little bit.
Yeah.
Baltimore is its own world.
It's almost like it's
snoots on the pook snoots.
now we're not
Baltimore is
gonna
not
we're not gonna bash Baltimore.
I'm not bashing them. That's just
But
that's really something I'm
but
talking
Baltimore will tell you. I mean, people from Baltimore will tell you too. Like, Baltimore is a huge city within Maryland. Basically, if you look at the state of Maryland, that is the city within Maryland. Honestly, so that's why most of the time, if you ever go out of town and you say, "Oh, I'm from Maryland," they're gonna assume that you're from Baltimore. And Baltimore gonna tell you the same thing. Like, nah, we don't rock with the other, the other sides of Maryland, PG County, Montgomery County. Like, nah, that's something completely different.
They're their own place.
Yeah, they are their own place. But that's the thing with Baltimore. They have created their own lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They created their own lane. So, shout out to them. I'm not gonna bash them at all. Shout out to Baltimore because Baltimore is created their own everything from their lingo, their slang, to their music, to everything.
It's just their own culture.
Baltimore has created its own culture. Baltimore, as far as a city, is a culture within itself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely say that Baltimore is a culture within itself. And like I said, I take my hat off to you for that. But at the same time, it's like that's like I'm about to say something negative, and I'm not really trying to say nothing negative. It's just the city of Baltimore. It is poverty stricken.
Yeah, it's a little orange.
It is poverty stricken. So we need to figure out ways to get that poverty, get everybody, kind of get the poverty out or clear out the poverty. Now, what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to do gentrification.
Of course.
Yep.
and move everybody out and have them move to the outskirts and try to clean it up like they do in DC.
Yeah.
But that's not the answer. The answer, you gotta start creating things for people to do, create more jobs, things like that, so people can start to do things for themselves instead of. But that's a subject that's gonna go on.
Ron
Forever.
said, us black folk got to make a monument or mural, some way of honoring Westmore to motivate the youth and other black folk to strive for these spots to continue to help.
I agree. I agree. Or Westmore has to go into some of these areas and show these children what they can aspire to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got so many high-level black officials out here now. It's no reason why a child can't say, all right, I'm going to be the next governor. I'm going to be in Congress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, when I was coming up, you saw some, but you didn't see a lot. So it's like, all right, only thing you heard was I want to be a basketball player or a drug dealer.
Right.
I feel like another thing with like the youth now, a lot of them don't have goals. They don't really have aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really don't. They don't have no one to look up to for real, and so they don't know what they want to be or what they want to do with their life. So I feel like that's another thing that goes into them just being misguided and
Just
lost
doing
as they grow up.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like out here in the streets or whatever.
Yeah, especially the ones that are out here in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so we got to give them something to achieve. I mean, something to aspire to be. We have to kind of guide them and tell them, look, just let them know. I mean, because like I said, the crazy thing is we're living in a day and age to where everything is attainable.
Yeah.
Everything is attainable, bruh. Everything. You can do any and everything that you want with this.
Mm-hmm.
You literally can make a movie with a phone. You know what I mean? You can make a movie with a phone. You can freaking create a business with a phone, work everything off of a phone. And these kids know how to work the phones better than we do. You can give a child 5 years old a phone and he'll probably unlock that joint within an hour. And you ain't even gave him the code. So
and all another thing is like a lot of these parents now they're young too.
Yeah.
I know people my age a little younger with kids. Like I'm not bashing them or whatever.
now you
but
the
it's
average
just-
age though. I mean, I wouldn't say when I think young age as far as having children, I'm thinking 14, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? When you hit 19, 20, 21, that's about that age. But the problem is a lot of people are having kids and they're not established. And so they barely could take care of themselves, and now they got a child.
That,
You know what I'm saying?
but then also even the ones that are established, there's just some folks out there that have kids, and then they're like, just because they're still young, they're like, I'm still young, so I still want to do what I want to do. They don't. It's time to man up, and I'm a father now. I can't be moving how I was before. I'm a parent. They still. Yeah, I got a kid, but I'm still doing what I was doing before. They don't look at life different.
When I had my first kid, I looked at that little motherfucker and I was like, "This is an ugly little bastard. He don't look nothing like me." I can't do it. I'm sorry. He just, I can't. No, I'm playing. He's my first child. Talk shit. I love myself. When I had my first child, that little booger was always up under me all the time. All the time. Like he was always glued to my hip. Tell y'all a story real quick. I was working at the Smithsonian.
Who are we talking about?
My first child. I was working. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about my second child. I'm not
was
talking
gonna
about my
say,
first child. I'm
excuse
talking
me,
about my
sir.
second. Talking about my second child. My second child was a little booger that I couldn't stand. But no.
That's crazy.
But my second child, I was working at the Smithsonian, and I was like a stock guy, so I was in the back, and I used to have to take my son to work with me sometimes because I didn't have a babysitter. Moms would act kind of, wouldn't watch him, so I was like, whatever. And he used to love to go to work with me, and every time I took him to work with me, he'd sit there and chill out, and people be looking like, wow, he's the most well-behaved kid. I don't know what happened to him now, and so I had him at work. I let him. We had this JJ table because I worked for the Air and Space Museum, downtown DC, And we had this little JJ table. So he out playing on the JJ table, having fun. All of a sudden, I hear this commotion, this loud commotion. I'm like, all these kids yelling and screaming. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I run out there. First thing I'm thinking is, oh, Lord, my child. I run out there. Man, it's a whole slew of white kids around my son talking about, oh, my God, he's so cool. He's cool. What
Been him since I was a jit.
Hey, yo.
He's so cool. I'm like,
Been him since I was a jit. I've been that guy. Always have been, always will be.
so, I mean, it's just, he was always that cool dude. He was scared of everything except for Chucky. Now going back to what we were saying earlier, he used to watch Chucky at 2 and 3, and he's not a serial
Chucky
killer.
and Monsters Inc. Fool.
Monsters Inc.
Really on
Chucky,
repeat.
Chucky and
Monsters Inc. is a
Chucky,
gem.
Monsters Inc. and Ice Age.
Yes, sir.
Those were his
on
shows.
repeat.
Oh, every day, all day, and he ain't come out to be a serial killer or a sloth, even though he looked like one.
I look like you, so what does that say about you?
He ain't come out to be a serial killer.
Like I said, or a sloth. Oh, I wish.
So that goes to show that it's really not what you watch. It's all on the teachings.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say I taught him 100% correctly all the time, but I did teach him, and I made sure that he did what he was supposed to do to a certain extent. I mean, up until so, it's what you put into your kids. Honestly, it all goes back to the parents. Even though sometimes you got some of these parents who they could talk till their face turn blue and the streets already got them. You know what I'm saying? King Buddha always say that. So I do agree with that. But it's still, you got to try. You definitely got to try.
Another thing Rob said back when we was talking about just the kids having no inspiration or nothing to really look up to. He said they follow whoever makes it out the fastest, whether that be through drugs or sports. That $1 million contract looking appetizing when you're running on food stamps.
That is true.
Facts.
And so you're going to get it the best way you can.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, I'm in the suburbs, so I don't really know about what's going on in the inner city like that. But I'm still kind of flabbergasted at how a lot of these youngers is making the money. They making all this money. How are they doing it? I'm assuming
The drugs and the guns.
I thought
Scamming.
scamming too.
Scamming too.
Hey, look, I thought crack was gone. I thought crack was over until recently. I found out how crack is still alive and kicking. It's just, now it's being laced with fentanyl, but crack is still alive and kicking. And the crazy thing is, when I was coming up, when we hit teenage years and the 20s, and I mean my 20s, crack was like, no, you don't want to touch that because you seen what it did to people. Now I see so many youngers, y'all ages, smoking crack.
Everybody just wants to get high, and it's just they, like, back to what Lee said, they just have no drive, no inspiration. I have an associate that I knew that they had a concoction. I was about to drink the concoction. They said, no, don't do that. I said, why? What's wrong
I
with it?
remember that story.
I said, why? What's wrong with it? They said, bro, that's like 3 types of codeine, 2 crushed up perks, and a Xan all in one bottle. I said, bro, why are you drinking this? Bro said, bro, why do why do I care? Why do I care if I die? Who cares? What do I have that's so much to me? He said, what? I don't care. He just really didn't care. And that's just what a lot of these youngers, they just so wild, they just don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
They be so gone. They should be so gone that they got nothing to care about.
Yep.
That's so true. That's so true.
And I feel like the music nowadays doesn't really help either, for real. Because there's not a lot of substance anymore.
We
with
said that the
music.
other day.
Yeah.
Said that last week. That definitely, substance is gone. Substance is definitely gone.
Like, you sit there and just listen to people talking about murder and drugs and disrespecting women. You listen to that all day. That's what you gonna go out and do. Like,
It gets embedded in your mind. It's like you watch gangster movies all the time. You're gonna become a gangster. What was you?
It's like I was about to go back on something you previously said. Or we talked about before. Like, how can these gangster rappers try to promote peace when you rap about violence or this and that? And then also what you said on how at one time you didn't want to do crack because you saw what it did to folks. Famous Dex. I'm gonna get into Famous Dex. Famous Dex had a crazy wave from like what was Dex's time? Like 2015
to like 2018.
Yeah, Dex was going crazy, and Dex got real heavy in drugs. He started getting that paper, and I think about a year or two ago, Dex went live on IG, and he just looked a mess. Eyes was puffy and red, and you could just tell the drugs were just taking over. And social media was like, yo, get this man some help. Like, he's literally like killing himself. Get him some help. My man went to rehab. He's, you know what I'm saying? He getting himself right. And while he was in rehab, he was still dropping music, but it wasn't that music he was dropping before. He kind of tried to switch it up a little bit, and then his mother also passed. He dropped, an album named after his mother. He started trying, switch up a little bit, and it wasn't really getting no play. Now, Dex recently previewed a snippet that's kind of sounding like old Dex, and I'm like, oh, Dex might be making a comeback, but he's still, and it's like his old music, but I do believe he's still sober. So it just goes to say, like, you can still, you know what I'm saying, do what you do, but Dex promotes sobriety now because he's seen what it done to you. So it's like, yeah, it sound cool and rap, like, yeah, it sound good coming through the headphones, but once you realize what that stuff really do to people, it should just make you realize sometimes they're just making what sells, and just understand that.
Yeah.
You can't even blame them for real, because they're just speaking on what they see. It's just a reflection of their environment. So
exactly. I think I said that on the show too. Your art is a reflection of what's around you.
Yeah. So you can't even really get mad at these artists for making this.
No, I'm not saying get mad at them. I mean, you gonna rap about what you rap about, but the thing is, we always knew the difference between the music and what was reality.
Exactly.
Even though a lot of music is reality, because that's what they doing. But I mean,
that doesn't have to be your reality.
Yeah, that don't have to be, because music is entertainment. You're entertaining people.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. You're entertaining people. So you just fall into that trap to where it's like, oh, well, you ain't keeping it real because you don't live like that. First thing you need to do when you get that bag is you need to move out your neighborhood.
Get up out of there.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, we gonna talk about this until we blue in the face. It's just that we just got to start. Honestly, we just got to start taking action and trying to help. And if I could just reach one, then that'd satisfy me. I'll be honest, just one, right. I'd be happy. I want to reach way more but if I could reach at least just one, I'd be happy. We ain't even gonna do a blast report because we just did the show yesterday. So really, I ain't do nothing today. Within a day, but like I said yesterday, I'm gonna start doing the weekly CIU inspirational quotes. So look out for that. And if y'all happen to look at this, some of the followers on Facebook, I said I was gonna start doing the get it off your chest segment. I'm still trying to figure out when and how I'm gonna do that, but that is still something that I'm gonna do. So the get it off your chest segment is coming soon. I just need people to participate because it is for y'all. It's a way to get it off your chest. You got something you want to get off your chest, then you gonna call in and get it off your chest. So I just need people to participate, and I'm gonna say the same thing Thursday to see if Thursday when we go 7:30, we'll have a lot more people in here in the Facebook feed anyway, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, any closing remarks, man? How'd you like the show?
Oh, this is pretty cool. I mess with this. I like this.
That's what's up.
I like to do this more often.
You
like to have me.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate you coming through. Definitely appreciate you coming
Thanks
through.
for the opportunity, man.
We trying to find a spot to do it from, you know what I'm saying, locally. So if y'all got any local places that want to have us to do the show from, we'd be more than happy to come tear the roof off the mother. But yeah, all right, y'all, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, man, y'all already know this is the show that goes where you take it. So, hey, where you gonna take it? I am Shop Shot the Jacket Winner Radio, along with
Young Millie, hottest nigga with the coldest rhymes, aka that young sexy ma.
All right,
and your boy Lee. Hey, find me on IG at YoIt'sLead. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We out.
One men's multivitamin a day can keep the doctor away.
Take walks daily.
All right, y'all. Peace. We out of here.